Alright, you guys, I'm back. This next set of notes is rationalizing the denominator using conjugates. Conjugates. That's what we're doing next. I erased a little bit here. Hopefully you don't have to do that. Alright, so the process is basically the same. We're still going to be multiplying by 1. But the 1 that we are multiplying by is a little bit different, and the 1 that we are multiplying by is called the conjugate. We are not just multiplying by the radical on the bottom. We are multiplying by the bottom, but with the opposite sign in the middle. That's what the conjugate is. Okay, and this is a big idea in math. It's something that you'll use in pre-calculus and calculus. Calculus especially, we use it a lot. Okay, so the conjugate is something that once you learn it, it doesn't go away. It's a neat little trick that is kind of nice for getting rid of specifically funkiness in the denominator of a problem. Okay, and you'll see kind of, it's cool how it works. You'll see what happens in this problem. Okay. So the top works out pretty nicely here. We're just going to distribute this 4. So on the top we have 4 times 4 is 16 minus 4 times root 2 is 4 root 2. Okay. Now the bottom, and this is going to happen for every problem, so just get over it now. The bottom we have to FOIL. Okay, I know, it's not fun, but we gotta get over it. Okay. So 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times negative root 2 is minus 4 root 2. Okay. Root 2 times 4 is plus 4 root 2. Okay. And then here, positive times negative, that's going to happen every time. A positive times a negative, that's what the conjugate makes happen, is the opposite signs. So positive times negative is negative, and then root 2 times root 2 is root 4. Okay. So what I want you to notice, and this is what the conjugate does, is that these two middle terms are going to cancel each other out. Okay, that's going to happen every single time. That's what the conjugate does. Okay, and then this over here is a perfect square number. All right, so on the top we have 16 minus 4 root 2. On the bottom we have 16 minus the square root of 4, so we have 16 minus 2. So we have 16 minus 4 root 2 over 14. Okay, now we can go ahead and reduce these because 16, 4, and 14 are all divisible by 2. So those can all be reduced. So I'm not going to reduce the radical, I can't do that, but I can reduce everything else. So 8, 2, 7. So 8 minus 2 root 2, 7. Okay. All right, let's try it again. So we're going to multiply by the conjugate. So 6 plus root 5, because we just do the opposite sign. So the nice part about the top is that we're just going to be distributing that 2. So 2 times 6 is 12, 2 root 5, and then on the bottom, yes, we do have to FOIL. 36 plus 6 square root 5 minus 6 square root 5, okay, because that was 6 times the root 5 is 6 square root 5. And then a negative times a positive is a negative, and root 5 times root 5 is root 25. Okay, so this will always happen. These middle terms will always be opposite signs. They will always cancel out. (36) minus the square root of 25 is 5. So that one's just done. Yep. Okay, so that one worked out nicely. Okay. All right, we're going to multiply by 1. And the one that we're going to multiply is the conjugate. The conjugate is the same as the bottom, just the opposite sign. Uh-oh. Kitten's back. Hi. Hi. All right, so distribute. So 1 times root 3, you can write 1 root 3 or just root 3. Yes? Root 3 times 4 root 2 is 4 root 6. And then for the bottom, we have to FOIL. Okay. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 4 root 2 is 4 root 2. Negative 4 root 2 times 1 is negative 4 root 2. And then negative 4 root 2 times positive 4 root 2 is going to be negative 16, so I did the 4 times the 4. And then root 2 times root 2 is root 4. Alright, so just like before, the middle ones cancel out. They always will. Square root of 4 is 2. Alright, 16 times 2 is 32. Hey! Sorry, my cat was scratching things. 1 minus 32 is negative 31. DJ, hey, hey! Those are not dinner. Come on, come here. DJ. 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 Hey! Alright, next problem. We're going to multiply by 1. Root 5 minus root 3. Root 5 minus root 3. Oops, sorry, couldn't see. So this problem is obnoxious because you have to FOIL the top and the bottom. So the difference between this one and the last ones is the first 3 only had 1 term on top. That's why you just had to distribute it. This one you have to FOIL the top and the bottom because the top and the bottom both have 2 terms, which is why it's obnoxious. Alright, so let's get started FOILing. So 5 square root 5. 5 times negative root 3 minus 5 square root 3. Now, the annoying part about the top of these is that the top is not the conjugate. So things don't have to cancel out, and they could look messy, and they could stay messy. So just a heads up on that. Minus root 5 times root 5 is root 25. Minus times minus is plus. Root 15. Okay. So look at so the top looks kind of bad. And that's going to mostly stay that way. Yeah. Okay. For the bottom, this is the nicer one. So root 5 times root 5 is root 25. Root 5 times negative root 3 is negative root 15. Positive root 3 times positive root 5 is positive root 15. There you go, so that's something that's nice there. And then positive root 3 times negative root 3 is negative root 9. Okay, what an ugly problem. Ugh. Okay, so on the top, we do have a root 25 up here, which we can change to a 5. That's the only thing about the top that we can change. I know on the top that we have a lot of 5s and a lot of 3s, and it feels like we should be able to do something with those. But a root 15 and a root 3 and a root 5, none of those are like terms. And that's just a 5. So none of those can actually be combined. They all actually have to stay separate. So we're just going to leave them. We're going to leave them separate. It's not a big deal. All right. The middle terms cancel out. All right. Then we have a root 25, which is just 5, minus a root 9, which is just 3. So we have 5 minus 3, which is 2. Ugh, that's gross. That was really gross. I hope these other ones are better. Ugh, they don't look any better. Oh, I don't want to do these. Okay, fine. Okay, let's do them. Let's just get them over with. Okay, we're going to multiply by the conjugate. 2 minus 2 root 7. 2 minus 2 root 7. Okay. We're going to FOIL. We're going to hope for the best. So the top is probably going to stay gross. The bottom is going to clean up nicely. Alright, 3 times 2, 6. 3 times negative 2 root 7 is negative 6 root 7. Alright, root 7 times 2 plus 2 root 7. Oh, that's kind of interesting. We got some like terms in this one. And then positive root 7 times negative 2 root 7 is negative 2 root 49. Alright, time for the bottom. 2 times 2 is 4. Negative 4 root 7. Positive 4 root 7. And then negative 4 root 49. So when I multiplied the 2 root 7 and the negative 2 root 7, I did a positive times a negative, gave me a negative. 2 times 2 is 4. Root 7 times root 7 is where I got the root 49. Okay. 6. Minus 6 root 7 plus 2 root 7, those are like terms. So that would give me negative 4 root 7. And I have 2, square root of 49 is 7. So 2 times 7 is 14. Okay. The middle terms cancel out. So we've got 4 minus 4 times 7 is 28. Okay. 6 minus 14 is negative 8. Four minus 28 is negative 24. Ooh, they gave us one that could be reduced. So negative 8, negative 4, negative 24, all of those can be reduced by a negative 4. Yep, by a negative 4. So if we divide this by negative 4, we get positive 2. Divide this by negative 4, we get a positive 1. Divide this by a negative 4, we get a positive 6. So we get a 2. This is tricky because it's not a minus anymore, it's a plus. Plus 1 root 7, or just root 7, over 6. Ugh, I don't know about you guys, but I'm so tired of this worksheet. This notes sheet right here. Okay, last one. Last one. We can do it, you guys. We can tough it out. We can get through. Ugh, this is the worst. Okay. 3 plus 4 root 6. This is our conjugate. 3 plus 4 root 6. Okay. If you want to test yourself, you might have done this already, I don't know. You can pause the video and like try it, try a few steps and then unpause the video and see if you're getting the same work as me. That's not a bad idea at this point. Okay. All right, let's FOIL top. Ugh. All right, 8 times 3, 24. 8 times 4 square root 6 is 32 square root 6. Okay, and then minus 3 square root 6. And then minus 4 square root 36. Okay, there's the top. So it looks like, again, on this one, number 20 is kind of like number 19, where they gave us some like terms to combine. Okay. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 12 root 6. Minus 12 root 6. Minus 16 root 36. Okay, so on the top, we have 24. 32 square roots of 6 minus 3 square roots of 6 is 29 square roots of 6. 4 square root of 36 is 6. So 4 times 6 is 24. That's interesting. Okay, these two terms cancel out. So we got 9 minus 16 times 6. Minus 96. Okay. So the 24 and the 24 just cancel out. Nine minus 96. -87. Okay. On the off chance that 29 and 87 can reduce, let's try it. So I'm doing 29 over 87. Oh! That is 1/3. What are the odds? Apparently 87 divides by 29. Divided by 29 is 1. Divided by 29 is 3. Apparently. That is hilarious. Who knew? Root 6 over -3. Ugh, you guys, gross. I'm done with this. Ugh.